Hello my fellow YouTubers. In today's video I'd like to give you some thoughts that I have when it comes to investing in real estate. There's some things that work in today's market as well as those markets to come. So without further ado, let's go over to my laptop. Real estate investing, here's some thoughts that I'd like to pass along to those that like to invest in real estate that works in today's market as well as 2019 and beyond. Here's some investing thoughts. There are some things you need to consider that your goal is to acquire rentals and residential properties. Eventually, by acquiring rentals and residential properties, you'll be able to live that life and fulfillment that you've been trying to achieve for financial freedom. Wholesaling these strategies is basically getting properties wholesaled and then selling them in retail. Wholesaling single-family homes still works today. That's something you should consider and looking into of wholesaling a property. Basically, when you're wholesaling a property, you acquire a property that needs some work. You're not going to go ahead and fix the property. You're going to sell it to a wholesaler. A good example is if you've ever seen those signs that say, "We buy ugly houses," those people are wholesale buyers. And they would take that property off of your hands and then they would invest in fixing it up and taking care of the property and reselling it. The commercialization of selling real estate today with all these shows that you see on television of flipping homes and things of that sort has made it commercialize the actual real estate industry when it comes to rehabbing homes and flipping properties. Over 90% of investors only do a deal one time. That's pretty sad to say because some people go ahead and after the first deal, they don't want to do all the work and everything involved in it, and they just want to walk away, not realizing that it does take work, it does take effort to get where you want to be to achieve your financial freedom. So 90% of investors walk away after their first deal. The goal, you can use that to your leverage though. So let's say, since 90% of people walk away, get the deal first and find those one-time buyers. And once you find those one-time buyers, you can go ahead and move forward and to create some business ventures so that way you can leverage those one-time buyers to make you money dealing with real estate. Basically, there's a sucker born every day. Don't be one of those. Do your due diligence when it comes to researching properties and looking up properties. You don't want to be caught with your pants down and finding out that there's problems with properties. I've heard of individuals that have bought properties and not gotten boots on the ground. That is to say, look at the property before you invest it, get some pictures, and the individual later on regretted it because come to find out the back of the property didn't even have a roof on it. But the picture that he saw when he was doing his homework on the computer did not show that. But that's why it's always best to do your due diligence. Don't be a sucker. Don't get caught, like I said, with your pants down. So that way you can move forward and invest your investment dollars properly. You can try with other types of real estate. There's many types of real estates you can deal with. Single properties. You can do duplexes, fourplexes. There's many types of real estate out there. You don't want to just stick to one. You want to eventually diversify. Diversification is key. So that way you can eventually have multiple streams of income coming at you. You can buy a home and rehab it and sell it yourself. You can do that. That still works today. Things happen to create these deals. Sometimes in life, situations arise that then the deals come forth. People get divorced. There's financial stress, or let's say that a child acquires a property because their mother and father had passed away, but mom and dad never kept up with the kitchen and never kept up with some incidentals with the property. So that means that the sibling or the child does not want to do the rehab necessary to get it up to par. So sometimes you can find properties that have come about in that manner at a really good price because, like I stated, the child doesn't want to put in the extra dollars to fix it to potentially gain more dollars. He just wants the quick turnaround. You need to be ready to rehab your property. I can't emphasize this enough. Before you go into a property, you need to have the dollars together. So if you're dealing with investors, you need to make sure that you do your due diligence, do your homework, see how many dollars, do an estimation of what everything's going to cost you. So that way, when the time comes, you have the dollars ready. So that way you can proceed on forward with the property. The key is to have a combination of techniques, which is basically having rentals, wholesaling, and rehabbing and to resale. But your objective really is to have rental properties, because if you have rental properties, you will have that recurring income that you want, and you want that lifestyle to be able to live where you want, work from your laptop, or do those things that you've always wanted to do with your family. Closing is a big deal, so make sure that when you're closing with the properties, you try to take care of all the issues that might arise. So that's something you really need to look into. Make sure you do your homework on the title company that you're using. Keep in mind, it's probably best to work with local title companies to avoid any issues. The closing company can become a problem. That's something you really need to look at. So that way, when it comes time to close, you have all your ducks in a row. Eventually, you're going to be building your team, the people you use for closing, the people that you use for your title company, the people that you use as your contractors. You're going to have teams, and then you're going to have alternate teams, your A, B, and C team, because sometimes they might not be available to do the title company when you need it, or the closing, or the construction when you need it. So therefore, it's always best to have more than one, so that way you're ready to go when the time comes. If you want to be successful, you need to get assistance. I can't emphasize that enough, because we don't know everything. You're never going to learn everything, and you're always going to be learning. So it's great to become a master of one or two things, and then designate other aspects of the business to other people to help you out. That's going to help you propel your business and go forward in the long run. Have someone look over your deal for assistance. Somebody looking over your deal can provide you that second opinion you need. So that way you might not see something, but they might see something, and avoid a hassle for you later on. Remember, the goal here is to be financially free. So you want to do your homework like I stated before. Start creating teams, start doing things that's going to help you in your financial endeavor. Find those people that are most successful, model their techniques. Why rebuild the model if you don't have to? They've already walked down this road, so just model their techniques, so that way you can be successful too, and you can be successful in investing in real estate. I thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and please don't forget to subscribe, so every time I make one of these videos, you'll be notified immediately. And if you like this video, please, like I stated before, give me a thumbs up and comment below. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.